What's up guys, welcome back to Life of Lanie. If you're here today watching this video, it's because you likely are not ready for kids yet and want to know about your options and what it's like to have a birth control implant in your arm. Gang gang. Before we start this video, please know I am not a professional, I'm not a doctor, none of that. I just want to tell you guys about my personal experience with Nexplanon, and then I do suggest you obviously Googling after this video to find out more information and like see other people's results, you know, all that kind of stuff before you make your decision. But I have had the implant for summer. Okay. But I have had the implant for 3 months now, so I felt it was a good time to talk about it and my experience so far. So if you want to know about that, keep watching. Also, welcome if you're new. I have merch. Check it out real quick. And now let's get started with the video. What I have is this small tiny rod implanted in my arm called Nexplanon, and it is a form of birth control. It lasts 3 years, it's 99% effective, and you can remove it anytime you want to. Like say you change your mind and want to have kids, you can get it taken out. In 3 years, I will be 28. So physically, it's like this tiny little rod. It's like a flexible rod that they insert into your arm. Now you can feel it, which is really crazy because it kind of feels like you're an alien or something, like you're being tracked. They don't track you, but it just feels like you're like an alien. I don't know. Sometimes I like to, wait, I can't, oh, there it is. Ah, it feels so, I'm not even gonna lie guys, it feels really, really weird when you like actually touch it. I just kind of avoid that. But sometimes when I'm showering, it'll like, it just feels weird. You can't physically feel it at all in like your normal day-to-day life. Like you don't even know it's there at all. But if you like touch it, girl, ugh. So in terms of the process, they do, you know, all the logistical stuff beforehand. They make sure that you're not pregnant. They make sure you haven't had unprotected sex within the last 2 weeks because they have to make sure that you aren't not at risk of getting pregnant, because if you do get pregnant while having the implant in your arm, you can have a lot of issues. They take your blood, they take a pee sample, everything, make sure everything's good to go, and then they do the procedure. In terms of the insertion process, the only thing that felt weird, they give you this shot before they insert it and it stings. It's like this burning sensation for a little bit. That's the only part that kind of hurts. You cannot feel the rod going in at all or anything after that. It's just the shot that they do before, like feels super weird, and they'll tell you beforehand. But it was a super quick, painless process. It literally took 3 minutes. And like all birth control, it's not effective until a week later, 7 days later. So don't go crazy the day you get it. Don't call your mans and be like, "Yo, I'm ready to go." Also, the bruising afterwards for like maybe a week after, for me, was crazy. I wish I took pictures. I didn't take any pictures, but they put this bandage over you and like you will bleed a little bit, at least for me. And I had this crazy giant bruise. Like it looked like I got shot. It looked like I got into a fight. Like it was bad. I bruise really easily in general. Like I literally, you can like poke me and I will bruise. So it really depends on like you as a person, but you're likely to have a bruise. Only lasts a week. After that, it goes away. In terms of pricing, I actually don't know because I got it for free the way that my insurance is set up. Also, if you go to like a women's clinic, I think that their prices are a lot better, and if you are lower income, you can get yours completely for free. I believe all they ask is like how much you make per month, and if it meets a certain requirement, then you can just get it for free. So check out your local women's clinic first before you go to like, I don't know, wherever else. I literally went before work, like I was in and out. It was super fast. And I was like, yes! Bulletproof baby. Pregnant? Who? Not me. All right, so now in terms of the after side effects. So as I said, it's been 3 months. So this is what my side effects have been so far within 3 months. And they have not been bad at all. The only thing that would change for me actually was my period, because it's very irregular now. Like I never know when it's coming, and when I do get it, it lasts a lot longer than when I used to. So before the implant, my period only used to last 4 days. I was blessed. I was blessed, y'all. When I first got the implant, my first period lasted for like 12 days. I'm not kidding. And it was like blood every day. Like it was like, we are here, bitch. We are here. It just felt like it was never gonna end. Like I literally would pray to God. I was like, please, I can't do this anymore. Stop bleeding. I was not used to that. And for people who like, does anyone's period last so long? Because I'm so sorry. The cramping wasn't bad at all. Like nothing about my actual like period symptoms changed. It was just that it lasted way longer, but I didn't feel any different. I haven't gained any weight. I didn't get any nausea, any headaches. My only other symptom was that my breasts, I don't like that word. My boobies were really, why am I holding them? I'm sorry. My boobs were really, what's the word? Tender. And that usually doesn't happen to me. Like for my normal period symptoms, I never really get tender breasts. So that was something else that was new for me. It's super weird because it kind of like feels like you're pregnant, but you're not. It's just like your symptoms after you get the implant. It's very strange. Life is weird. So yeah, and that went away too. That was like maybe the first week after the implant. My breasts were super tender, and then I had my period and it lasted like 12 days. And then after that, I didn't get my period for 2 months. So it was like period free, living my life. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I can do this. Had no symptoms, had no issues whatsoever. And then I got my period again last week. So this is the 3rd month I got my period randomly. And this time it only lasted for like 6 days. So it was way more manageable. I think that it is kind of going back to normal now. So that's why I say it's kind of hard to tell when you're gonna get your period, because it's like random, because I didn't get my period in between those 2 months. So I was like, oh my God, I'm period free forever. Like it's never coming back. And then it randomly came back. So I did put that in my period tracker to keep track of like what is happening. Hopefully it goes back to either a normal cycle or I just rarely get my period. I don't mind. It does say it takes 6 months for everything to get like regulated and for your period to get regulated after you get the implant. So it's only been half of that. So I'll probably know by the 6th month like what is happening and when I'm gonna get my period and stuff like that. So literally those have been my only symptoms. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm actually so happy that I did it. I don't have to worry about anything. I'm protected. I don't have to like do anything. I don't have to take a pill every day. I haven't noticed any differences in my body or anything like that. So I personally am super, super happy with this implant. Everyone is going to be different. You have to keep that in mind. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's experience is different. So if you go online and read reviews, like a lot of people have very positive reviews, some people have very negative reviews. It really depends on you, and you really won't know until you get it or like you talk to your doctor. But for me, I can happily say that this worked really well for me, and I just feel very satisfied with it. Cheers to no kids. I'm just gonna check and see if I've missed any information. I think I covered everything, but if you guys have any questions at all, let me know in the comments down below. Of course, I will be answering them. I love talking to you guys, so don't be afraid to comment down below anything, any questions you have. Okay, even if it's like TMI. Be a family, we can do it. Let me know if this is helpful and what videos you guys want to see next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.